Excuse me, I'm next in line. Move. Excuse me, I'm next in line. Watch out. Excuse me, I'm next in line. I said move. Excuse me, I'm next in line.
Hello, folks. Welcome to another episode of Room Review. I'm your host, Will D. And with me is the grimy one.
Wolfie, Eastside Harlem rep. I'm the East for the Diesel. Stop, boy!
Got it right this time. Today we're going to start off with a little bit of sports. So the only thing in sports I really want to talk about is Kyrie's 50-point game, to which they received a loss, and he was just disappointed in the fact that he did something amazing because his team didn't get a win. And that is a real basketball player. That is a real champion, and that is someone who needs to be respected, not that idiot LeBron James.
James Harden.
Wrong James.
No,
That's how bad you don't know sports.
I don't know sports. I just like getting hit in the face with a basketball.
James Harden hit himself in the face with basketball, and it's like the most funniest thing in the world to this guy.
Because the guy's like, what are you doing, bro? The guy just looked at him like, bro, what's wrong with you?
It's not like he meant to do it, but he's just really stuck on this.
It's funny.
Low lights in sports, right? Also, the World Series is tied up, but who cares? No New York team is in it. On that note, we're going to go to our first commercial break, and when we come back, there's a lot we have to catch up on from the past 2 weeks. So, Charles, if you could, we'll be right back.
Yeah. C-Rod. Corey Guns. Dice game. Life is a dice game. Kansas. We scramble to survive. Life is a dice game. Taking chances. We gamble to stay alive. Life is a dice game. Taking chances. We scramble to survive. Life is a dice game. Taking chances. We gamble to stay alive. Life is a dice game. Taking chances. Life is a dice game. Taking chances. Life is a dice game. Taking chances. Life is a dice game. A dice game. Exceptional. Dressed to impress. Representable. Nothing less than the best. Commendable. Wow. I'm on a whole different level now. Migrated towards some state to state. Still looking for the right woman to settle down. Open up business plans with a quick hand. Stick to the plan. Get rich with the fam. Never run out of luck and get stuck in a sunken place. Deeper than quicksand. I could be anything. The mic I chose. Life is like a dice game. Metaphorically, the dice gets thrown. 4, 5, 6 out of the trips. The dice is my hope to get rich. So one night I'ma be lounging with my wife on the boat. It's one life to live like a soap episode. Life is a dice game. Taking chances. We scramble. Real vibe. Life is a dice game. Taking chances. We gamble to stay alive. Life is a dice game. Taking chances. We scramble to survive. Life is a dice game. Taking chances. We gamble to stay alive.
Facing a lot of reality checks. If it wasn't prison or jail, then it had to be death. Thanking God daily that I'm not a casualty yet. Saying if it happened to them, then I had to be next. All the jealous, envious, pretend to be brothers. Time is money and some is not as expensive as others. I've been cheated and left for dead from the ones that I needed. I don't bother to tell nobody my problems, I see it. Say they want me to make it, just to make me believe it. They just want a front for the public for drinking you. I don't talk about all the clout and the style that I gave them. I don't talk about all the times they were down and I gave them. I don't talk about when I'm down and I'm out and they dub me. I don't talk about when it's time to pop out and they love me. I don't talk about all the thugs that I gave them to hustle. I don't talk about all the love that I gave them.
Life is a dice game. Taking chances. We scramble to survive. Life is a dice game. Taking chances. We gamble to stay alive. Life is a dice game. Taking chances. We scramble to survive. Life is a dice game. Taking chances. We gamble to stay alive.
I'll tell you what, the kid's gonna throw the dice on. Get on with it. Hey. Anybody got a problem with that? It's all right, no problem. Don't you throw the dice. It's okay, you don't have to. You just listen to me. You hear what I said? You just listen to me.
Alright, so we're back.
You're
And we're going to start off with a little bit of fake news.
word.
So, supposedly a man at IKEA trying to read all the German furniture to his wife ended up summoning a giant demon outside of the store that looked like a hydra. It's not real, folks, but it is leading us into the king of fake news, Donald Trump. So, this guy has 2 set of books. There's a whole bunch of people impeaching him, or trying to, or making the case for. I mean, Republicans are turning on him. It's a year left in Donald Trump's term. With this impeachment coming, it means that the Republicans are going to be weak in picking a candidate. I think a lot of people are anti-anything Trump, so anyone a part of Trump's cabinet is already ruled out. Anybody that was a part of it already ruled out, which doesn't leave a lot of strong Republicans to lead for the next presidency. No one's been prepped for it. No one's been picked for it. Nothing, because Trump was supposed to run again. The Democrats prime on their game. Elizabeth Warren is leading the pack. Now, if someone had to go against Trump, she would lose. But with Trump possibly being out, Republican Party being weak, this is going to be like Obama capitalizing against everybody anti-red after the Iraq War. And we may actually have our first female president. But to counteract this, Trump is trying to be like, hey, I do good. So as of today, October 27th, Trump announced that they have killed Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. Baghdadi! I love the name. I just love the name so much. Who is one of the founders and creators of ISIS. So this is his Osama. You know, this is his Saddam. This is his claim that he actually did something within his first 4 years of being a president. And in fact, it's only been 3. We haven't even gotten to the 4th year, so he's going to be using this to be like, see, he was a good president, you know, ignore all the possible, you know, bad stuff because he was a good president. I'm just putting that out there. Trump did one thing if he did nothing else during his term. Sorry, Kanye, he didn't save Chicago. He just killed a guy who was the head of ISIS. Cool? Cool. Alright.
Jesus.
Now, in funnier news, there was a kid in Iowa arrested for having a fake ID trying to buy alcohol with the name McLovin.
I knew this was coming. I saw this one.
To which Seth Rogen has replied, my job here is done.
Seriously?
So maybe we will no longer see anything Seth Rogen, as we have now actually have somebody gone full-fledged super bad.
What was that movie?
Although it was Iowa, not Hawaii. I'm just pointing that out.
What it was, Tropic Thunder? You can never go full retarded.
Yeah, you can never go full retarded. Never go. This guy went full retarded. Yeah, he did. But you know, a little bit of trouble, a little bit of comedy. Gotta mix it up a little bit. Also, this is another thing I found out that is actually, this is real. This is hilariously real. So, McDonald's is hosting weddings. They're actually using, and this is super popular. The only thing is that as of right now, it's only in Hong Kong. But this is the thing. People are going into it because they're saying most weddings, especially out of that particular region, will cost you about $150,000. And McDonald's wedding is only going to cost you like $10,000. So you're saving how much, right? People don't think about it. When you get married, right, it's the start of a new life. You guys are, you know, officially together, this, that, and the third. Don't waste your savings on the wedding. It's stupid.
That's a personal opinion.
No. It's straight up stupid. You can have an amazing wedding and divorce the dude by the end of that year. Don't waste your savings on a wedding.
Well, technically speaking, you're not supposed to. It's usually the father of the bride, if I'm not mistaken.
We'll pay for the... Yeah, but this is what? 2019? Let's be real about this.
Yeah.
Right? Just keep it a buck. That families aren't paying for people's weddings like that anymore. Even over there, not happening the same way. Right? It's just, if you can get it happening, then you get it happening. It normally falls on the couple now these
What
days.
happens? They get married, and they be like this. They loving it.
I mean, think about it. And the catering is right there with the dollar menu. It is all good. Hey, dollar menu saved my life a couple of times, bro.
Boy, I'm not. I get you, but I'm not. Fuck. I'm not making that a Mickey D's thing.
Bro, I am not mad at anyone in Hong Kong doing this McDonald's wedding. I would hope that they bring this McDonald's wedding thing to the States.
I don't think.
I know some people who need it.
They do, but they're not doing it.
I know some people who would do it.
Especially on the 2 for
Dude, bro, with the coupons? Bro, we can make it poppin'.
Coupon on your wedding.
Yeah, bro.
Sorry, do you?
Why not?
I can't.
I mean, come on, bro.
Can't, bro.
I'm just saying it is not a bad move at all.
Might as well not even get married, bro. Like,
I think it's a brilliant idea. McDonald's bring this stuff to the States. Broke people need help here too. Period.
no, bro.
Period. See, I don't know about you, but the best part of the wedding is the after party. If I can be popping off with some chicken nuggets, we Gucci.
Bro, you one day they ask you, where you guys got married? Mickey D's.
Yo, word.
Boy, no, yo, I'm
Right
not.
next to Yankee Stadium.
Bro, I'm not doing that. It's not happening, bro. And then when you're in the middle of your wedding, homeboy's like, why you messing my order? I asked for bite, you saw nothing sour.
Bro, you get the room in the back. It's okay. The ceremony be there, but you want to come out and get your food, you gotta stand in line.
Or you get that one homeless guy that just walks into the back casually like, got some change, spend some change.
Actually, yeah, that definitely.
Yeah!
That one's real.
Because they don't care, they go upstairs with the playgrounds and they're like, got some change. They even ask the little kids, got some change.
That's actually kind of true.
Can you buy me a burger? And can I get the receipt?
Yeah, why am I giving you the receipt if I bought the burger?
Go to the bathroom.
That's for my taxes. That's called charity.
I really felt bad for this one guy, and I bought him a McDouble. He was like this. Thank you, brother, man. Can I get that receipt, man? No! You can't get that receipt!
That's not your receipt.
No, it's not how it works. It's like this. What if I don't like the food? Then don't eat it! Like,
That's it.
like, bro! And he's like this. But I want the receipt. And then the McDonald's lady said, don't give it to him. He's going to come back and return it to get the money. And I'm looking at him like, you're some douchebag. Like, you're some goddamn douche.
But it's how they work. They hustle. They know all the ins and outs of all the rules.
I can't.
But now on to the next. Funimation said that they're going to do an English dub version, thank God, of the Yu Yu Hakusho anniversary special that just happened in Japan. Yu Yu Hakusho is one of the few shows that I think the dub is as good as the sub.
Yeah,
So
we had this discussion.
I'm very excited about this. So this dude doesn't even watch it.
I don't watch it because I don't like the animation style.
I'm so disappointed in him. Like, it's just terrible. It's the same animation style as the original Knights of the Zodiac.
I don't even like that animation style either. But it's like in Spanish because they kept all the crazy things in it.
See, can't with this guy. Can't.
I grew up on that. Now you Hakusho.
I can't. It's the same animation style.
I just don't like
That
it.
entire era, same type of hair.
I'll read it. I won't watch it.
Terrible. And in gaming, did you hear about the whole Fortnite thing?
Which one?
Fortnite shut down all the servers.
Oh yeah, shut down the servers.
People were freaking out.
Especially on the holiday.
They were going through withdrawal, bro. It was hilarious. People were like, what do I do? What do I do? There's no Fortnite. What happened to Fortnite? What happened to this? Where's my Fortnite? I'm dying laughing. I've never seen people freak out over a game like this. Never. Never.
I have.
What?
Call of Duty when the PlayStation Network went down. About
that was not as bad as this Fortnite thing.
Oh yeah, I guess the little kids weren't involved.
Yeah, little kids were. There were kids on the internet freaking out, making videos, just like, can someone please find me a server? It was really bad. And it went on for days, folks. Like, for days.
It started on a Friday.
They shut it off abruptly, and so everybody was just like, what happened? Right? Then, for like the next 4 or 5 days, everyone was just like, what are we doing? You ever seen a crack fiend go 20 minutes without a rock? That was 5 days for Fortnite gamers, and it was awesome. They didn't even try doing the PUBG thing. Like, sometimes you can't get the crack, so you get a little bit of something else.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't even PUBG it. They were just pissed. It was great. Right? Like, it's wrong, but it's right.
Yo, we're still on gaming. Your homeboy Conan O'Brien's about to be in Death Stranding.
Why is he my boy?
He's your boy.
How is he my boy?
You like gingers.
Normally girls.
It's your
Except
boy.
for Shaun White.
I can't with this guy. He's so weird.
Shaun White is dope. I was an
He's
X-Game guy.
weird.
You don't like Shaun White?
I like Shaun White.
Exactly.
But I like not Rob Dyrdek, the other skateboarder. I forgot his name. He's like prettier than no. He's a pretty boy.
What?
He was a pretty boy. And he was a skater. I think his name was Ryan or something. And he always wear a hat. He wasn't Rob Deere, but he was friends with Rob.
Did you just call a skater pretty?
He was pretty. He was cute. Cute boy.
You just called a skater pretty. Exactly.
He was pretty.
We're gonna move on from that.
That's not my type. He's pretty.
You silly.
You see.
Oh, so AMC theaters are doing this thing for Star Wars where they're gonna play every single movie starting the night before, leading into the new movie. So
I'm good.
I think that's gonna happen on the 19th, December 18th, running through to the 20th because that's how long these movies are.
I'm good.
And the only reason for this is so that way if you want to see the Star Wars movie an hour earlier, it'll play an hour earlier in this instead of at the actual movie time at 6 p.m. You get to see it at 5.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm like, whose brilliant idea was this?
I'm good.
I cannot... And they're going to do it in order, right? They're going to start off with actual Star Wars 4, which is episode 1. Go through 1 through 3 all the way to 4. I'm not sure if they're gonna put in that last movie that came out, the singular movie, where they all die.
Rogue One.
Yeah, I guess that is Rogue One. Yeah.
Rogue One's the one that died with the funny robot.
Yeah. I'm not sure if they're gonna put that in there because technically that would right before the originals.
It's it's right before the original, but it's after 3.
So I mean that's what right before the original means. But
I hate you.
I'm just saying, right?
I hate you so much. I hate this guy so much.
But yeah, and it won't have Solo
I'm not
in
doing
it at all. But
it's not for me.
yeah, I couldn't do that if I wanted to.
Didn't they do that for Tron one time too? They play both Tron movies and then they play the.
They've done that for a lot of series. I think they literally just did that with the Endgame. They played all the Marvel movies. I mean, all of them.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, they did that. 2 days. There were people who were in the theaters for 2 freaking days.
My man smell like booty.
Like they lived on popcorn and ish for 2 days.
My man smell like straight booty. Homie in our K5 smell like straight booty. Cause I went into that scene smell like booty.
I couldn't imagine someone actually sitting down for, but there were people who did that. It's kind of impressive that there are that much of fans, but to really think that I would have to sit through the Thor 1 again, I couldn't do it. Just that right there would just cut me off. You never seen
Thor 1?
Terrible.
Not 2?
The 2 was dope. At least the action was sick. Thor 1 was garbage.
Yeah.
Straight garbage. Even the bad guy was garbage. You can tell Loki was garbage. That movie didn't get good until the last 20 minutes. Garbage.
Mike, this man loves Marvel films.
I do. But, yeah, so, I mean, I'm not even going to get into that just yet, but, yeah, so that's the thing that AMC is doing. And then everybody's been talking about how Jared Leto tried to squash this Joker movie, and ever since, he's like, I no longer want to be affiliated with the DCEU. Because they were talking about bringing back Suicide Squad, even despite all the bullcrap that's happened with Justice League and everything, talking about doing Suicide Squad 2, and he's just like, I don't even want to be a Joker no more. Like, nah, because everyone's talking about his Joker, and everybody hated on my Joker, so you obviously don't like my Joker, I don't want to be your Joker. That's the thing now. Like, Jared Leto was a little 5-year-old kid.
I didn't even like him in Blade Runner. Just delete him. I don't like him. I don't like Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. Deletion.
Delete Jared Leto.
Delete him. Delete! 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 Only wrestling fans get that. Yeah, see, you got that. You don't get that.
I don't watch wrestling.
That's why I said you don't get it. Fans get that, yes. See, you see how I say the things, but then he's like 2 seconds later?
I'm gonna poke him in the butt, watch. I'm gonna Naruto him.
After he has some pretty skaters, right? You see where his head is at.
I'm 1,000 years different.
You see exactly where his head is at. I'm gonna tell Raven that you just her speed.
Oof.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Hard in the heart. That makes my brain hurt.
And another thing in movies, Netflix is being sued by people who train police officers on how to interrogate, because they're saying that the interrogation used in what was that movie about the Central Park Boys? Oh man.
The Central Park 5 or something?
Yeah, the Central Park 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, the movie that was about the Central Park 5, they were saying that the way that Netflix portrayed the interrogation scene was too harsh. Let me just put this in perspective. Netflix pretty much gave you the interrogation scene that probably happened, where 5 boys were coerced into saying they did something they didn't do. So how are you suing them for just making Ish too real?
I feel like, yeah, that's right.
Like, these guys were 5 teenage boys were harshly interrogated so that all 5 of them would just say they did it. But now Netflix is being sued for portraying police officers doing wrong, which we all know the police officers did wrong, which is also kind of the point that they're doing the movie.
And also, one of the biggest loss on New York City ever.
Yeah, ever.
They won it. Like, it's not like they fighting it, they won. Like
don't get me wrong. I'm not saying all cops are bad. I'm saying that the officers involved in this situation did exactly what Netflix was saying they did in that scene. I'm just saying, for you to actually try and sue them for it, you're retarded.
You also look bad.
You never go full retard.
You also look really bad, too.
Really bad.
Like, you suing a show that won a lawsuit against you guys already. You guys are going to get countersued
Just
and
saying,
lose more money.
really bad. Alright, on that note, we're going to go on our next commercial break. We can come back. There's still more to talk about in the news. Charles, kid?
Pretty skaters.
I'm rapping to like a laryngitis. If you want to front, we ain't putting that behind us. You couldn't find us with a soul of 1,000 meters, binoculars to the coordinates to the location we reside in. I'm a boss, yep, in the contest. We enemigos with the all sense of trust the process. They love the located, always in the pocket. Put the drip on, then I drip like a boss and stop it. This is Clash of the Titans for the rap disciples, and I actually write. I don't believe in ghosts when I'm in the zone. Sound off the sirens, I'm on autopilot. Cruising by, but you're pulling up in the high wheels. Scotch Bentley with the raspberry seats and a better to lease. High wheels, and I crashing, God forbid it's an accident. Fictional, lyrical, trashing, you're rapping, I ain't having it. Hop on the phone with some savages. If you wanna collab with me, better come fucking that salary, cause you're not real. Matter of fact, I'm attacking whack and average rappers. But that ain't the half of it when I'm going with the ladder. Or let the homies get at 'em or try. Really what magic is when your fans start vanishing. Live reveal, this my rap career, what happened here? One type of thing was going like the Bonnie Cavaliers. Now I can't stand looking at the mirror, that's my biggest fear. Never disappear, how did I ever end up here? It's about the time and placement, striking while the iron's hot. Figure the calculations, working across the stages. When the bar's the basement, it's a grind, but you gotta have patience. You gotta spend my whole life waiting for the perfect replacement. Now I made it, keep my name out of your conversation. I had copies in my head, stuck in wood, having nine sounds. I just wanted to turn my head into my next style. Keeping that focus, don't be scared if I not out. All they really sound, that's the life of a cow. You really want some perfect day, heavy, saggy, baggy, feeling baggy, 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 number one, I'm baggy, steady with the focus, baby, that, that you want like that, and it's a party, I'm the baby, I'm the ready, I'm a lady, I'm a lady, people watch it ready, sleep the watch it ready, I'm a steady, the right of lady, people focus, every year, I know we can trace where I'm I'm killing you, pissed off, you pissed off, I done got shot that was limited in my door, I see you sitting in when the limit is my goodness, in the limitless, it's 50 minutes, what a minute, what a kick, a nice sweet chain, I'm just cruising through the way, I've been losing grip for days, I've been waiting out with days, I'm too soft for the
Ignorant of omnipotent privilege, a little bit obnoxious, belligerent, toxic, carnivorous, political oblivious, tactics and Euphrates, the Phoenix with the rivers, French folk innocent, Wu-Tang, that successful militant, all them big digging and killing it, blow me them jacuzzi, Mel Gibson it, fighting, no way, Jorge, guilty OJ, Simpson, hitting it, cheap time, simpleton, Paul Orndorff, magnificent, stay vigilant, mongoloid idiots, innocent imprisonment, grow relevant, blunt force ignorance, body head ligaments, barbaric force, so constituents, barbiturates, might be fitted, we gon' be alright, wearing all white, playing ball all night, you found a fight, losing your life, half price hash in my pipe in the half pipe, egg right, front back like your facts right, ass right, don't wipe this right, had a blast with his mom ass last night, you think a rat, foreign objects and yet pack tight, you a right, you don't write rap to a fat, you back tight, you lack height, you ain't on that map like a sun that ain't that bright, rain, will sun, that's twice, your wife is a whole right, she don't suck that well but it's fine, Joe White.
Yeah, this album, it's
Alright, back. So, alright, to pick up where we left off, Studio Ghibli will now be going to HBO Max coming spring 2020. So HBO is going to be launching their I guess relaunching, because they have their own app now, but they're going to be doing their own special thing now. So all of those Studio Ghibli, it's the first time that Studio Ghibli has actually had an exclusive deal with the streaming service. So as of spring, you're going to have HBO in some way, shape, or form in order to watch all that stuff online legally. Because everything Japanese has some sort of a legal way to watch in America.
Yo, for real.
Like, that's just a fact.
Or YouTube. YouTube works fine. I saw Spare Away on YouTube.
Yeah, but YouTube, once everything happens in spring, YouTube won't even have Studio Ghibli anymore.
Got it.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. So it'll be HBO. You can't even YouTube it anymore.
Time to go to Kiss Anime.
Pretty much. That's the one thing that Droid still have that Apple got rid of. Sad day.
Kiss Anime?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Ooh.
I know.
That's how I watch Baruto.
It's on Crunchyroll.
Baruto.
Then, in Chicago,
Both.
they are giving away cats till the end of the month without charging an adoption fee. So, if you're looking for cats and you're in Chicago, get a kitty. It's cheaper.
Send one to him if you want.
I love kitties.
Send one to
I
him.
do. I'm obsessed. Check out my Facebook, and it's tons of cats. I mean, come on. Who doesn't love pussycats? You're right. They're cute, adorable. They're so cute. They're awesome.
not if they too heavy.
That actually makes them cuter if they're furrier. Alright? All the extra fur is cuter. Nasty. Kiki, get him.
Oh, she's a cat.
Yeah, man. She's a living human cat.
The weirdest thing ever.
It really is. She sleeps on stools exactly like them. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not.
I know, right?
That's the bad thing. You're not. And when she wakes up, she somehow falls.
Right?
The stool.
Just like a cat! Alright, also, since I'm talking about cats, they are having their first major cat convention in Seattle. So shout out to Seattle for showing all the cat love. Because I love cats. So yeah, they're doing that. They're expecting like 5,000 plus people at a cat convention.
With 5,000 cats, probably.
Not everybody's bringing cats, but I mean, there's
A
no
lot-
one to charge for it.
So a lot of cats gonna go there.
There are gonna be a lot of cats at that thing, though.
I'm good.
There's gonna be a lot of cats. Like if you have allergies, stay away from Seattle.
You're gonna hear a lot
this
of.
convention.
You're gonna hear a lot of. A lot of that.
Oh yeah, they don't like each other.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't like to be in boxes. They don't like each other. There's gonna be some fights going on.
One of them is gonna think he's tough and bring a doll, just to mess up the whole.
Nah, that many cats on one dog, that dog's getting jacked up. Even if it came in, being a big Rottweiler, that thing's gonna be like, nah, there's too many in here. I ain't started none of it.
Friends, if you get a brave one,
Nah, bro, you gonna get jumped.
nah, get a Chihuahua. They're brave.
They're loud.
Stupid.
But they ain't. You gonna get beat. You gonna get beat by kittens.
You ever seen a Chihuahua and the small cat fight? It's just funny.
It's hilarious.
It's the funniest thing ever.
I've seen a cat, like a regular tabby cat, beat up 2 pit bulls trying to like viciously attack it. It came with the hands, bro. Them things kept, every time I try to snap at it, it clawed exactly at the nose. Like 4 or 5 times these things are coming at it, and it's just smacking the crap out of these dogs, and then it jetted, and the dog's just like, what just happened? It was dope. I've never been more proud of a cat in my life.
Well, did you see the video where the cat protected his master? A little kid,
Oh yeah!
homie pulled up like, started wailing out.
There's another one that happened where they, I think I posted this one on Facebook, where they had a cat walking down the street, and this dog is with his owner, and the dog barks at the cat, so the cat starts beating the crap out the dog, that the owner starts trying to save the dog, but chokes it with the leash, and it's like spinning around and around, and it's just like, damn. The cat was about to mess them both up. They ran. They legit, the owner and the dog just jetted to survive from a cat. Don't mess with cats. That's why I love them. They're ninja. It's true. Now, In celebrity news, you know the singer Tank? His name is Tank. He does like R&B, gospel kind of stuff.
That's not.
So essentially,
Like a damn singer either.
no, I mean the thing is,
He doesn't look like a rapper either, but he's a rapper.
I mean anybody can be a rapper. I mean this dude looks like he should be a rapper, not the music that he sings. And essentially this guy, I mean I never really knew much of his music, but he was a big part of that show Sisterhood of Hip Hop, which I was a huge fan of. And he recently made a statement that said that a guy giving another guy oral doesn't make him gay. Right? So, to quote him exactly, he's like, if a guy sucked a dick and wasn't sure if he liked it if you asked him, and sucked it again and went, nah, it tastes funny, he's not gay, he's just a guy who sucked a dick 2 times. How do you feel about this?
2 things. That means he's half a fag. And 2, to quote my favorite cartoon, my man's Riley. Nigga, you dick!
Oh.
You know I got that joke.
Yeah. See, I set that one up for you, just so you can say the line, but it still hit just as hard as I thought it would.
He liked the first part more than the second part, though, because
I mean, literally though. How is that not gay? The only merit to this is possibly if he's being forced to do it in jail, to which the guy forcing him to do it, I would say, is gay. But him, he's just trying not to die.
it's not like the same thing in Harold Kumar, Escape from Guantanamo Bay. He's like,
Right.
Cockney sandwich.
Right.
Homie's like, I'm not gay. You guys are gay, so suck him.
But they're like, but we wouldn't do it unless you do it. So you know.
Aren't you technically gay?
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? Like that is where the question. But I think not just that, but he specifically mentioned a guy who did it again because he wasn't sure how he felt after the first time. That he needed to do it again.
He's half a fag.
Okay.
It's an Italian word for half a fag.
I can't disagree with that statement.
I'm gonna get canceled for saying
Oh,
that.
definitely. But I can't disagree with it.
Half a fag. His explanation is legitimately what the guy said in this stand-up to.
I mean, yeah. I don't know how that can be not
Nigga, you gay.
gay. Right. That's
Nigga,
all
you
I'm
gay.
saying. And then Flavor Flav has another baby. Now, legitimately, I must say to people, this baby looks white as hell, and y'all know Flavor Flav might as well be Nigerian. But they did a paternity test, and at 60 years old, Flavor Flav is the father of a 2-month-old baby.
How does Flavor Flav is ugly as shit? How does he get girls?
Because he's Flavor Flav! I mean,
My
this,
man's his mother.
he had a love show for 2 seasons, and you're really
He
wondering
was
how...
really popular, but now he's like ugly as shit.
No, I mean, he's still famous.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, clout's clout.
Whatever. I don't care.
He's just mad. He's like, yo, how's he doing this? And I'm just getting back in the game.
Damn, I want some clout now. Shit. Shit, I got some clout. I'll be saying this show like
Well,
this.
this might
Hey
make-
guys, welcome to the brand new
this might make you better. Dave Chappelle is getting honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award for comedy by the Kennedy Center people. So he's going to be awarded for all the work he's done, despite all the LGBT. I'm just
Gay people don't hate him. Transsexuals hate him. The trans hate him.
He got a lot of hits from everybody because
Yeah.
he's not trans, whatever.
Well, Eddie Murphy's going back to comedy, so I'm waiting for that to really.
Well,
pop up.
did you see Eddie Murphy's new movie?
Not yet.
I'm gonna talk about it a little later on. But yes, that's a thing. Also, Nickelodeon opened up the largest indoor theme park in North America this past weekend over in East Rutherford. So if you don't want to see the Giants lose and you don't want to see the Jets lose, go over to East Rutherford anyway and just hang out with the Nickelodeon folks.
It's only half. They didn't finish it yet.
No, it's still not even completed, but it is officially open. It's still officially open. It opened up this weekend to folks.
Trying to go, bro. I'll pay for that Uber.
Man, why be Ubering over there when there's transit that goes there? Because it's a major stadium that's there.
How fast does it get us there? Because on Uber, it takes me like 30 minutes from my house.
That's also money. See, the people's sensibility, man. Part of the fun is the journey to a place. Just spending money for no reason.
Alright, so we paid to come back though, because I'm not trying to do that whole transit little. Remember that little transit thing? Like you have to do this train to this train to this train.
No. We're not doing that local nonsense. No,
Yeah.
that's different. That's not buses that take you there. That's you can take the train out there. Those run. We don't gotta worry about that.
There's a whole Six Flags thing behind
It's
it.
not all that now. And then Marvel canceled Cloak and Freeform actually canceled Marvel's Cloak and Dagger. So after 2 seasons, that show will no longer continue. Although we still know that those 2 characters will be in the next season of Runaway at some point, so we'll probably still see them around. And I think with Disney Plus being a thing, they may keep them in the universe to a certain extent.
Yeah, I didn't even watch that shit to begin with.
It had declining ratings come season 2. I think it was one of those shows where they tried too hard to be cool, and fans just got tired of it.
I got tired of it because I didn't get interested.
No. I mean, you're taking 2 well-known but not fairly well hyped up heroes, giving them into a teen network, right? That the Marvel market is very big with teens. But what they did was, instead of making this straight up like we're superheroes beating people up, they tried to make a complex storyline, using the New Orleans culture and trying to build like this deep dark past and this girl going through drug abuse, and then when all they really needed was to just have the 2 of them beat the crap out of people on a weekly basis. They did too much.
Isn't that a Jessica Jones type thing?
Exactly, and you know how everybody feels about that. So
And she's the only one who hasn't fully been canceled and shit.
actually, I think they finally did that.
Should have been a long time ago.
Yeah, that is the worst of all the Netflix versus Marvel. Easily.
The first season was decent. Other seasons were all trash.
The first season was probably the worst season.
Really?
It had the best villain, but the worst season.
Yeah.
Then streaming-wise, we have Disney Plus will be released on November the 12th. But not everything you're expecting to be there will be there. So I posted on the Wills Review page. You got to look at the page on Facebook to find out what's going to be the full listing on opening day of Disney Plus. So just take a look at it. And it's literally like $6.99, bro.
It's not even that. It adds up. I got to pay for GameFly, Spotify, Hulu now. Thank you, female that I'm with. What else I pay? I pay mad AMC. It's too much money. I'm losing over this subscriptions. I'm good.
All these damn apps.
Yeah, I'm good. Yo, Pirate Bay works perfectly for me. Movie Showbox.
You do realize you're being recorded right now.
Yeah, listen, NordVPN protects the crap out of me.
VPN.
NordVPN protects the crap out of me.
Now, before we go to our next break, I wanted to talk about something real quick that really grinds my gears.
A lot of things grind your gears.
No, this is something that definitely goes from grinding my gears to irking my nerves to the highest level, right? So, recently there have been a bunch of people talking about how Marvel movies aren't real movies. And it's coming from people like Jennifer Aniston, who were all like, that's irrelevant. But then Martin Scorsese had something to say about it, right? The Martin Scorsese, the guy that we were all rooting for to get his Oscar. Now that he finally got his Oscar, he has the nerve to talk crap about Marvel. That's been around longer than his Oscar win. Look, folks. Just because something is not highfalutin, pompousy, and overly pretentious does not mean that it's not a real movie. What makes superhero movies great is the fact that they take some of the most loved stories that we all grew up with. Sometimes they make it even more complex, make it more adult, more modern. And they tell a good story of people pretty much trying to protect their families, defend their principles, and, in some cases just kick some butt, right? These are all things that every other movie genre has all done in the theme format, some way, shape, or form. And what they do it with is bright colors, cool tech, high CGI value. Yes, you can talk about that. A lot of people get caught up in the visuals more. Sure, that's the thing, but that's what action movies are for, which action movies are finally getting recognition officially in, the Academy Awards, which they should have been for years. Marvel movies and other superhero movies all just appeal to the sense of us that's still young, right, that love the visual aspect, but also appreciate a good story. And that's why people even fight about what's a good Marvel movie and what's not. You're just mad that people are talking about their movies more frequently than they're talking about yours. The best movie of the year each year has easily been a Marvel movie, but it's not a movie that wins an award because the Academy wants to keep a certain standard for themselves. Look, people are happy with what is entertaining, and unfortunately, the movies that you make are freaking snooze fest. Unless I'm a pompous asshole. Guess what? I'm not a pompous asshole. I need to be entertained. So give me a Marvel movie any goddamn day of the week. On that note, we're going to our next commercial break, and when we come back,
Take your biz, pick a side. My eyes pick your vibes, the one you feel inside. To go against me, I wouldn't advise. I tell you once, there won't be a second time. So keep it in your sight if I'm ever out of mind. I'm a better friend than enemy, so take heed to my pedigree. I paid the cost of integrity, well invested. Now I was born and I'm born with the weaponry. You got drive, I see that. But a one on me, you wouldn't achieve that. Look, this how I'm made, a renegade, never catch a fade. Got it made like special ed or an ace of spades. Let the drama slide, the truth like every time. My word is my bond, y'all see what I'm on. Philly style, you're like Picasso. A one of four enemies I got close. Friend or foe, which one do you know? Say your biz and the actors go to show. What happens? Tell me who will know. Cause we'll see it all when it's all time to go.
I
Yo, I'm done talking, no words, all actions, like all verbs, no slacking. Look in your face like, wow, what happened? People hit the fan, I can see you with my man. You can listen to play, you can see the get we can. Your reason was played with the feeling of your hand. I felt it like seagull, peep the game in the hands. I can see you with my fan, you thought I wouldn't understand. You knew you were wrong, I won't sing the same song.
I can't with this guy. I just can't with this guy. So, are we good to start with the fans of the week?
Yeah.
So, Charles,
Oh, that's like my favorite part.
who do you have first? All right, yeah. So I have Dustin Strube first, who, if you go through the rest of his page, he is a hyper geek. So, shout out to my geek brethren right there. He's an otaku just as well, so you know, otaku love. Then I also have Cherry Gibson, all right, who you were hitting on online the other week.
What's up, girls? Oh, hit me up, hit a boy up, son.
Creepy. Then we have Action Jackson with another one of his photos. If you ever hang out with my boy Kev, you just know your night's gonna be crazy because that's just the life that he leads on the low.
Listen, girl, hang out with me. Your night might be crazy too.
You still hollering at Cherry or are you hollering at Kev?
Cherry, but I fucks with Kev.
Which one is the skater?
Hey, listen, if you pretty, you pretty.
Okay, creepy. Next is Everybody Hates Bree. This girl is bad. She is bad.
You don't say that often, so she gotta be
No,
bad.
she is bad.
Alright, what's up?
Like, yo, my boy Thomas put me on to her. She is bad.
Do we know her?
He know her.
Can we meet her?
I probably can. I don't know about you. But she is bad.
I'm your friend. You're my friend of my friend.
Dibs. Bad.
Nah,
I called dibs already. I'll win.
Alright, so if you fail, can I jump in there?
That's fine. If I fail, I fail. But I get to shoot my
What's
shot
up?
first. She's
What's up?
bad. Then City Block Artist, who is a local guy from Brooklyn. Follow his page. He does cool art stuff, and he puts it out for sale. So definitely check out his work and see what's going on with his stuff. See, support local artists, not musicians. Some of them make garbage.
Wait, is he one of those guys that paint in front of like the AMC's on 42nd Street?
No,
Those guys are good too.
some of them. Some of them are pretty basic,
Yeah, but some of them are like,
exceptional. Yes.
yeah, I was like, oh, I want to get my face drawn.
And then last but not least is Confident Not Bree, who's won this several times before. You know, so much love to her for being a fan and consistent.
You know what I'm gonna ask? Is she bi?
She's jolly. She's a jolly person.
That's not the answer. That's not what I'm looking for. Is
If
she
you don't
cute?
get it, then
The other Bree is my number one right there. That's
I hear Jolly and I'm thinking gay right away.
No, she's just,
Wow.
She's just a
He
person.
is really slow. Yo, I gotta get you Raven's number, bro.
Listen, you
I
hung
really
up-
do.
I think you hung out with that girl.
You know what it is? I've been up since 4 a.m. and I'm kind of half batteries right now because I had to work and stuff like that. So I'm kind of just like half dead inside. I'm usually this.
I'm still gonna get you them digits though.
If she doesn't talk, I'll smash. She doesn't talk, I'll smash.
And then we have our pictures of the week. So the first one I put up just because the word moist makes a lot of people uncomfortable. So moist, exactly. Then
Someone on your timeline doesn't like you.
yes. So if someone doesn't on your timeline is uncomfortable, you know that I posted that up. So now it's on your screen. It's in your timeline. It's everywhere. Moist, 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 moist. The best part is it's in rainbow, so it's like a pride moisture, and you keep doing that. So that's great. Then the next one, I hope you can read. Right? Because if you can read it, you now have to call me daddy.
I hated this one.
Because he read it.
Got me tight.
He's still tight.
I am, because it's the way it happened. Like, and he didn't even do it. Homegirl Kiki did it. It was like, oh, read this. And I'm like, okay, I read it. And she like, yep, now I'm calling him daddy. I looked at him, I'm like, those words are never coming out of my mouth.
But that's, I mean, there you go. So.
I would rather shoot myself.
And
than call him
then
that.
next is really fun because, you know, I come from the South too with an uncle cousin, and I feel like this is pretty on point. So it's an anime meme that everybody was doing, and the guy's looking, the guy represents Alabama. He's looking at a beautiful butterfly that's Ancestry.com.
I know this one.
And he's just asking, is this a dating app? This must be Tinder.
He said that, and I'm singing the whole thing. Sweet home Alabama.
You cannot tarnish that beautiful song with your ugly ass voice anymore. Please. No, please, no. No, your accents are terrible. Stick to just speaking Spanish, alright? You're killing it.
No sé, güey.
Just can't. But yeah, so there you go. Those are your
Yo
pictures of the
sé.
week. Now
I like my cousin too.
let's get to the movies
We'll
before
be in the
we
ranch.
go.
We
No,
together.
we get into the movies. So
We watch movies together.
no.
Naked.
Stop.
With my cousin.
Oh dear God. So first is a movie on Netflix called Eli, which was just a really, really corny horror movie.
I just watched it today before night.
Yeah, that was a pretty corny horror movie. Even when the twist happens, it was kind of like meh. Essentially, a boy has a skin problem, goes to see a specialist that somehow lives in a haunted house. Premise just already went left from there, and then by the end of it, there's a lot of blood. The end. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 just because there is a mild level of entertainment from all the gore towards the end of the movie. It just takes a year and a day to get there. So,
To irritate what I mentioned the movie, but I'm not going to do it because it's a show. That irritated me a lot. Yeah.
next is next is Zombieland. So Zombieland 2 came out the other week.
Oh, yeah,
I give it a 4 out of 5. It has a very high entertainment value, a lot of good laughs, but I feel like something that's missing from it is literally the fact that it's 10 years later. So a lot of the jokes aren't as funny as opposed to when they were 10 years ago. I think the comedy's changed. But also just the references, right? They're referencing certain stuff like in the middle of the movie, I don't want to do that. Give me flashbacks. All the flashbacks necessary to make this funny then.
I think the best one was the actor one.
The Bill Murray?
Yeah,
What
that was the best one. Like the whole thing that they did at the end with Bill.
Oh, you mean the add-on? Yeah, so
Yeah.
after the movie, there's actually an extra scene that features Bill Murray and the start of the whole zombie outbreak, which is kind of cool. But, I mean, there's just a lot of other things that could boost this up by just giving us some of the flashbacks necessary. Then there's a Netflix series called Megmel. It's about a guy who lives on this very rough island that everybody wants to hunt for rare creatures for. And it got a lot of hype in a lot of anime groups online, so I caved and I finally watched it, and it's just 3 out of 5. It's really bleh. It's a very simple, story that they try to make complicated way too late into the series for me to care. The action gets very repetitive.
Like Ses Manos.
No, Sesmanos was dope.
What about the other one? The one with the black creator.
That was alright. It was a good series, but I feel like it's a little overhyped just because it was by a black guy. It was a little convoluted.
What was it called? Canon?
Yeah, Cannon Busters. Then two series that I've been reading lately that I want to put people on is to Kengan Omega, which is the sequel to Kengan Ashura, which will be having part 2 featured on Netflix later this week. It is a 4.5 out of 5. It is being weekly updated. It is amazing. It is a perfect continuation. So, for those of you who don't know, the main character is not in this series. You'll find out why when you watch part 2 on Netflix later on this week, if they get through the rest of the story, and hopefully they do. But the two people that it does follow, it is very interesting to see the differences, and it's before the start of another Kengan major tournament. This time the entire company is versus another underground league, and they're going to go head-to-head. So read this series, catch up. It's about 30, 40 chapters in. You're going to love it.
Is this the fighting one with the big old muscles and stuff like that?
I'm not sure about that, considering all fighting series have muscles, but
You know what I'm talking about? The really gore, like, fighting and stuff like that?
that's also Baki, which is why I'm like, I don't know which one you're thinking of.
I was thinking of Baki, actually.
See? You see? I'm not crazy. I'm not being negative. I'm just being right. And then Demon Slayer.
No, we don't mangas now. Okay.
Yes. Demon Slayer is a 4.7 out of 5. And why it's so specific is that literally there are some chapters that lag on. Like, you're in the middle of a great fight, and out of nowhere, flashback to the life of the monster. I don't care about his life. Get to the death.
That's just the reason. Yeah, I read
I don't care about the... Yo, they wasted 6 weeks on one of these dudes, like, dying. Right? Just dying. They went back and forth to him trying to live and trying to die. And meanwhile, if we were 6 feet ahead, we would already be in the middle of fighting the number 1 demon. So you see what I'm saying? You wasting my time. But other than that...
He was the number 1 demon.
No, he wasn't. Muzan is number 1.
Oh, yeah.
He was number 3, by the way. That we talking about. That I'm talking about right now.
I thought we were talking about the one with the brother.
I'm talking about the dude who could have lived and he decided to kill himself.
Oh, no.
Yes. So, yeah. So, wasted 6 weeks on his backstory. And the guy who was the brother, they wasted about 2 weeks with. I'm just saying, we skipped these flashbacks at the wrong moment, right? Right? Like, if they had did it before the fight, after the fight, first encounter type of thing, I can respect that. But in the middle of the fight, in the middle of the ending of the story, no, I don't need that. You're stretching it out, bro. Save that for the anime fillers. Give me the content now. I want death and destruction.
I wonder what's gonna happen after they kill the main demon.
Story over. Kind of the point of it, because they all die when he dies. They've said that before.
Oh, that sucks. I like the show. I like the manga. The manga's good.
And then we're gonna run through these next series real quick. So please stay on point.
We're just asking.
First is Brotherhood, which is a Brazilian story on Netflix. No, so it's a Brazilian story on Netflix about guys in prison, and the lawyer from the outside who is trying to help them out. We also have BoJack season 6 that just started. They did half the season. It's a 4 out of 5. Something about it is just kind of off this time around. I don't know. You ever watch BoJack?
I don't watch
BoJack is hilarious, but this season's a little slow. Then we have Blame, an anime movie from an anime manga that something about the movie just isn't as dope. I think there's a lot about the world that's lost in the movie as opposed to in the series, so something that's a big difference there. We also have Dolomite is My Name, which is the story of Rudy Gay Moore, performed by Eddie Murphy. This is a 4 out of 5. I think the one thing about it is that there's some scenes that are kind of, it's for the character development that just kind of slow down the pacing of the movie, but it's really fun. It's a story about the creation of the movie Dolomite, the black exploitation film that broke a lot of box office records and is a big staple in the black community.
Wait, is that on Netflix, right?
It is on Netflix.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it.
Then there is Master Z and Ip Man Legacy. It is nothing like the other Ip Men. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. It feels more or less like a pretty average kung fu movie, and is done in a way more brighter, lighthearted way, despite the character still being very, strong and want to kick your butt. We also have Maleficent, which came out. I give that movie a 3 out of 5. I don't know how about you.
I didn't watch it yet, remember?
Oh, yeah. You missed it. But that that was a meh movie. I mean, I can see it appealing to young children, not even really to a higher female fan base. It was pretty basic. And then last but not least, what did we just see on Friday?
What's the name of it? The cop one.
This is the thing in Black and Blue. Pretty much it's a girl who saw a murder that she shouldn't have seen, caught it on camera, and then the cops and the criminals are both looking for her. What'd you think of it?
Solid. It wasn't like, I'm gonna go watch this movie again. It was more like, okay,
So number.
solid. 3.5.
You give it a 3.5 out of 5? I give it a 3 out of 5. Everything about it was so predictable just from the trailer. The only reason I'm giving it a 3 out of 5 is that there are action scenes. So I'm watching. You agree? Yeah. There you go. So those are
Some of the scenes called off guard. I started laughing.
some comebacks, the back and forth. Yeah, those are pretty funny. There are a couple of good lines in that movie.
Nah, not even the comeback, but just the simple fact this homie just pulled up like, boom! You started rolling up.
Oh yeah, he came out of nowhere and decked him. That was hilarious. That was great.
See, we were like, oh, but homie.
That's why I said the action scenes are worth it.
And yeah, some of the comebacks were solid.
So
The whole Van Gogh thing was solid.
there you go. So that is our reviews this week. We'll hit you with another episode. We'll catch you guys. Yeah, that did not roll off your tongue that time.